Aloha, good morning. It's Aloha Friday. We came to work today at 5:30. Not too many people around at 5:30, but we hooked up to this full 40-foot container. It's full of pasta. We brought it down here to the grocery store distribution warehouse. Hold the pins. It's pulled, it's just got a lot of weight on it, so we're dropping the airbags now. So yeah, we got this on there. What's this, dock 29? Yeah, it's a lot easier now. 6:25. Got the sun coming up in about half an hour, but it's starting to look pretty nice. Checked in with setup dispatch. They said that container that we dropped off at the exotic spice distribution warehouse is empty and we can pick it up. I think we dropped that off back on Tuesday. So we're gonna head over there and pick that up. Unfortunately, that's Pearl Harbor area, and as I was driving out here this morning, there was an accident in the Pearl Ridge area, and the traffic is backed up all the way out here to the Campbell Industrial exit. So it's probably going to be an hour sitting in traffic. To look at while we do that. Making our way back into town. Are we having fun yet? So we're in making our way into Waipio. Oh well, this is Waipahu, I mean. So we're probably another 4 miles away from where that accident was this morning. But things are moving. I mean, the accident was only in 2 lanes on the right side in Pearl Ridge. Still, everybody's got to slow down and look at it. The sun's getting ready to cross the clouds there, get above the clouds. It should be nice bright sunny day, it looks like. So this morning I went to upload yesterday's video, and I guess something went wrong with the rendering, because when I went to the file it was incomplete, so I think I have to redo everything. I hate when that happens, because you try to figure out, well, what did I do wrong? already picked up that container. We forgot to get it logged into the community list. So then we ran over to a garment distribution warehouse and picked up an empty from them, brought that back here to the shipping terminal. Got it stripped off, and then I checked in with dispatch and they said pick up this full 40-foot container. This is an LTL headed back to our terminal. This is the run that we do more than any other. Shipping terminal back to our terminal, LTLs. So let's see what kind of shape this trailer lights, always. This requires 2 hands on it. When you can't close them like that, you have to pull the container and turn sharply, and then check it. And if that doesn't work, turn sharply the other direction, and usually that's how you can get it to line up. Lights are good. Oh look, this one's probably not plugged in. Somebody has torn the plug off of this, and so this is one of those instances where I can't fix it, so we got to take it to the mechanic, which means we're probably going to have to flip the chassis. Yeah, every now and then you can't fix all the problems. Driving around in all the city traffic without any turn signals. See, this one's not lined up either. So usually once we drive around a little bit and the container settles into the chassis, we'll be able to fix that. In the meantime, we're going to take it to the mechanic shop. So every shipping terminal has a different procedure as far as taking equipment to the mechanics. Here at this terminal, we come over to this staging area, we drop our trailer, a supervisor will come up and ask what's wrong with it, and then eventually a hustler will hook up to it and take it into the actual mechanic shop. They'll fix it, Then they'll bring it back out, drop it off, and we'll pick it up. In this case, we got two problems. Number one is I don't have any turn signals on the passenger side, so that's pretty easy fix for the mechanics. They have to put a new plug on the wire. And then the front of the container is not lining up with the pins, and so what we'll do is we'll go down here to the fence line where there's a loader, and we'll let the supervisor know that the pins aren't lining up, and then the loader will come and reposition the container on the chassis, and we'll get that fixed. Then we'll be roadworthy and safe to go take our LTL back to the terminal, back to our terminal. In the meantime, we wait while the mechanics, oh, here it comes. Let's see what they say. Are they going to fix it or flip it? So that was pretty quick. We'll get the hooked up, and then if we can't get the pins to align, we'll take it over to the fence line. Well, we put our LTL on dock number 4, I think it was. Checked in with dispatch. Refilled the coffee cup with hot chocolate, and then dispatch said he had this full 40-foot container back at the shipping terminal. This is going down to that rather small freight forwarder that we work with. It's an after 12 o'clock delivery, but unfortunately the shipping terminal's on their modified schedule today, which means they'll close down at 11:15 and not reopen till 1. So dispatch thought it'd be a good idea to just go ahead and pick it up now. That way we can get to it even if the shipping terminal's closed. So for now, we're just going to stick this container in our yard and hold on to it until we need to deliver it. So I would call this one, well, I like to call these logistic loads. Bringing it back to the yard, holding on to it until we're ready to deliver it. Logistically get that container delivered to the right place at the right time. Logistics. our consolidated freight going to Kona on Monday. So we picked up this empty 40-foot container and we're taking it back to our terminal. We're going to put this on dock number 1 normally. And it'll sit there over the weekend and they'll load whatever comes in for the big island of Hawaii, the Kona coast. So it's March 17th, which of course is St. Paddy's Day. And if you didn't know, Hawaii has a fairly large Irish population. But the Irish that live here in Hawaii migrated to Hawaii almost 200 years ago. In other words, the very first immigrants to Hawaii next to the Hawaiians came to the Hawaiian Islands about 2,000 years ago. So think back to in the time of Christ, that's the same time that Hawaiians were migrating to the Hawaiian Islands. 1776, we declared our independence from Great Britain, but that was about the same time that Captain Cook discovered the Pacific Islands, the Sandwich Islands, he called them. And that began the written history of Hawaii. Before that, everything is considered ancient history because it wasn't written down. And shortly thereafter, the #1 industry in Hawaii was whaling. The whaling industry was the #1 industry in Hawaii for about 10 years, maybe 20 years. And during that time, this is 200 years ago, during that time, some of the very first immigrants to Hawaii jumped off those whaling ships and made Hawaii their home. There were a lot of Chinese, and the Chinese are considered the oldest ethnic group in Hawaii next to Hawaiians. And the second oldest is the Irish crew that would jump off the ship and make Hawaii their home. And so when you go to the Hawaiian phone book and you look up names like Harrington, O'Brien, O'Connor, a lot of these Irish names are just pages and pages and pages of the Hawaiian phone book. But when you look at these people, because they've been living here for 200 years, it's just an Irish name now because there's been so much intermixing. There's, apart from maybe freckles and a tinge of red hair here and there, they don't look very Irish. But yeah, so there is a very close connection between the Irish and the Hawaiian Islands. But anyway, we're making our way back to our terminal. We're going to put this empty container on dock number 1. And I think it's the 5th movement of the day. So we just finished up our 6th movement of the day. We bobtailed out to the Campbell Industrial area to pick up from a building that we helped build. I took out steel and I took out a lot of construction equipment. And I wonder what was going to be. Air Force. I was wondering what the building was going to become, and it became it's like a bunch of businesses that work together to create water landscapes. So there's a pool company and a masonry company that makes like fake rocks, and then there's a landscaper, and there's a fountain, people that make fountains, and it's like 5 or 6 different companies all working under one building that we helped build a couple years back. So this is the first time I've ever picked up a container from them, empty 20, brought it back here to the shipping terminal. It's just after 12 now, so let's see what dispatch wants to do. Doesn't want to answer the phone, that's for sure. And he's out. It's busy. straight like a rocket, straight up to like 20,000 feet and level off. So dispatch says come on back to the yard to pick up that container that's going down to that freight forwarder that we started to work with. This is the company that's kind of like a startup company, so they only work at night. Must be a lot of side hustlers tonight. So we drop off the containers during the day and then they work them at night. So that's kind of the easy run when we get that container back in our yard. Downtown Honolulu. So we have two main streets that run through the center of the downtown Honolulu area, through the financial district. One here is Alakea, and then parallel to it to the left is Bishop Street. Where all the big high-rises in downtown are located. Not too many container deliveries in this area, even though there are one or two places. Right turn here onto King Street, then take King down to that Ala Moana area where the small little warehouse is located. I think this will be our 7th movement of the day. Now I'm curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th movement now. It's Friday. Everybody wants to go home. Still. That tends to just make the day go longer. Downtown financial district is the historical district, which is the area we're making our way into now. This is where all the neat stuff is at. Iolani Palace on the left, Judiciary Building on the right, also known as the 5-0 headquarters. Carnegie Library here on the left, City Hall ahead on the left across the street. Kwai Hau Church there on the right. That church is built with coral blocks that were quarried from the Honolulu Harbor when they were expanding the harbor. So yeah, behind that is the Mission House Museum, probably one of the more interesting museums in Hawaii, I think. Yeah, this is that historical district. It's definitely worth a visit if you're into that kind of stuff when you're on vacation. But yeah, making our way down to our next stop. Just wait our turn here. That makes this the 8th movement of the day. So this is usually when the waterfront fills up. But we might get lucky. Closes at 3:45. dispatcher says, give me a minute. She's going to call me back. Meantime, we go use the bathroom. So, what do you do if you're one of the largest food distributors on the island and you got a couple of drivers out? Shipping terminal goes on their modified schedule and closes for lunch, so those two drivers that are out could have pulled out 3 containers apiece during that time. Now they haven't been able to do that, and they haven't come to work. Everybody else is trying to pick up the slack. What do you do? You give my company a call. We send over a couple of drivers at the end of the day, and what they did is one of their drivers just shuttled the 6 containers that they weren't able to haul outside the shipping terminal, so that when the shipping terminal closes in 3 minutes, they will have gotten those 6 containers out, and now at the end of the day we can help them out. Because we've helped them out many times in the past. It's food people want to eat, you know. Don't want to stop the supply chain. So we're making our way back into the shipping terminal. We've hauled 2 containers so far. We're coming back for 1 more. That's not another text. Park it downstairs. I think the container on the other side of the road is the one we want. Hold on, let me see. 263952. No, that's 272331. Somebody else must have picked it up. Let me call him up and see what he says. Hey Clarence, so that can you gave me, I don't see it. The only can I see here is there's a Pasha can, so I don't think that's it. But there's a Matson can. 272331 is out here. So the 272331, that's not yours, huh? No, this is a Matson can. It's a Matson can. Okay. That's the lead driver who I've worked with many times over the years. So he's not only trying to organize all this, but he's dispatching. So, and there's so many people helping him now that I think we got it all. But this might be it, because it looks like an empty. I think they're hauling out empties for the inter-island movement, which will be on Sunday. They're always trying to get me to come in and work for them on Sundays as a side hustle. I work too much already. But yeah, this goes to show, you really want to work a lot, go work with the food distributors. Because food never ends. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, 272331, yeah. Okay. That's how we do it. So we get hooked up to this one and take it back to the food distributor. He said that'll be the last one of the day. Oh, that's it. 4:35. I'm a little tired. That feels good. So let's see, we started work today at 5:30. Seems like a long time ago. We moved 11 containers and we drove 142 miles. It was kind of nice hanging out with the food distributor guys, because I know that whole crew that we were working with this afternoon. We used to do the same thing during the holidays when they would get smashed. I mean, we'd be there all day sometimes just trying to get them caught up. And it brought back a lot of those good days. It's funny when you work hard together how it creates kind of a bond, a friendship. Even though we don't hang out socially, but work-wise, we've moved a few containers. 3:16. Man, the mind is fried. So we're headed home. My wife is at Costco shopping, so we're going to do something simple tonight. Probably a pizza with salad. That sounds like the easiest thing we can do. But yeah, that's about it for this week. Thanks for watching. Aloha.